So let me get this straight. We convict a guy on 3 counts of murder when only one person dies. Second degree murder, third degree murder, and second degree manslaughter. Sounds like bogus fucking charges to me. I don't believe that that Derek Chauvin, whatever his name, how you pronounce it, kneeling on the neck, okay, contributed. Well, maybe it contributed. I don't think that was a why George Floyd died. Okay, it might have been a factor. George Floyd was high on fentanyl. He was high on drugs. Okay. Now I'm not saying Derek Chauvin was innocent. I did a little digging on Derek Chauvin. He kind of was kind of a dirty cop. They're both criminals. George Floyd and Derek Chauvin are both criminals. Don't get me wrong. They're both criminals. Maybe Derek Chauvin got what he deserved. I don't know. But 3 counts of murder? No. Maybe involuntary manslaughter at the least. 5 years. But this whole fucking thing started. This is ridiculous. This whole fucking thing started over a counterfeit $20 bill. This isn't counterfeit, this is real. I'm just saying. This whole thing started over a counterfeit $20 bill. So how did a high on fentanyl crackhead get a fake $20 bill? If that's what happened. I'm sorry, but when somebody breaks the law, if you own a store and somebody comes in there and tries to pass a counterfeit $20 bill in my business, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the police. That's what I'm going to do. So the police can come out here and investigate and see what is going on. Okay? And if the guy fights the police, resists the cops, what happens after that? It's on him. Okay? I don't agree with kneeling on the neck. Obviously. But I also don't agree that the other 3 cops should be charged with anything. What happened today is proof that blue line is going to get thinner and thinner. Okay? That these anarchists are just going to do whatever they want. And if the police do anything against them, they'll use the justice system, okay, to destroy that blue line. And they can get away with it. $27 million his family was, that Fentanyl Floyd's family got. Fentanyl Floyd's family got $27 million. Wow. $27 million. You believe this shit? $27 million. We should charge, they should charge Maxine Waters with tampering, jury tampering for her comments. Yeah. I don't think that whatever happens outside the trial should have anything to do with the jury's decision on their decision of convicting this guy or not convicting this guy. Okay? Or we're intimidated by Maxine Waters. We're intimidated because somebody might loot a Foot Locker store. That's why we have the Second Amendment. Okay? So the Koreans and the others can, stand up on top of their stores defending it. Okay? That's what the Koreans did in the LA riots. Okay? We have the Constitution in place for a reason. Okay? For defense of our nation against domestic terrorism. Okay? Our founding fathers they were really brilliant. It was actually 3% of the colonialists that fought against the British and made us free in the Revolutionary War. That's what the 3% means. Okay? But these libtards come out and, white supremacy. How do you get white supremacy out of 3%? I don't fucking understand that. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. In a liberal's mindset, anything is possible. Do I agree with today's outcome? No, I don't. Do I think he should have been found not guilty? Not entirely. Involuntary manslaughter at the worst. At the very least, involuntary manslaughter. He was a dirty cop. I'm going to be honest. I did some digging on this guy. He was a dirty cop. But today sends a message to criminals that you can go out and break the law, and the blue line gets thinner and thinner. If today sends a message out, that you can just do what you want. And if the cops stop me, well, I'll just cry victim, and the cops would be charged and put in prison, and I'll get $27 million. I'll be a martyr for my family. That's basically the message we're sending out today. And if anything happens and the cop doesn't get convicted, we'll burn the city down and loot our stores and our own neighborhoods. And, we'll get free $200 sneakers from Foot Locker and free brand new flat screen TVs. Because, gimme. There's a Republican senator out there trying to pass a bill that if you're involved with any rioting, you don't get any tax money. That means they cut your food stamps and welfare off if you're involved with any uprising. Uprising is one thing. There's a difference between uprising and rioting. Okay? Rioting is what I'm talking about, not uprising. Okay? Rioting. Okay? A lot of these rioters, probably like 90% of them, they have the time to do this because they don't have jobs. They're living off food stamps and welfare, and they don't have any fucking jobs. If they had jobs, they would be going to work and not, rioting. Okay, I'm not for. I'm not against the First Amendment. You want to go out there and protest because you don't agree with things. That's your perfectly First Amendment right. Totally understand that. So the ones that keep it peaceful, that didn't agree with. Or did agree with today's outcome, or did not agree with today's outcome, or whatever, whatever. That's what our country is founded on. Having different opinions, okay? That's what makes this country. But once you resort to violence, that's a different deal. So, can't say I'm happy with today's outcome, but at the same time, I'm glad this shit's over. So now the burn, loot, murder crew has got nothing really to burn, loot, murder over now. And if they do, then that just proves who they are. So it is what it is. The verdict's in. It is what it is. There's no appeals necessary. It's not necessary. They made the decision. The appeals is just going to waste our tax dollars. We've already wasted $27 million on fentanyl Floyd's family. So, but anyway, that is what it is.